Hey guys, welcome back to my craft room and back to Crafty Christmas. So today I've got a very cool project for you. This is a little tic-tac-toe gift set that's in a little pouch. Oh my goodness. So there are quite a few ways to go about doing this, but I found the easiest way is to buy a little, shoot, what's the word? The scrunch bags. Wow. Scrunch pouch. Yeah. You guys will understand what I mean when you see me actually scrunch it. But I actually got this at Target during Valentine's. Yeah. And they were only $1. They did have some funky, like, white rope as the actual drawstring, but I didn't really like that to go along with the color of this. It just didn't seem to really match. So I just took those out, the weird rope things, and I figured why not use some ribbon and make it look very decadent. Just give it a little extra oomph for, the person that it's going to. So I had this very rich purple, kind of, it's almost sheer, well, it's not quite sheer, but it's on its way to being sheer. It's very silky. But I figured this would look so good as the little drawstrings or, whatever it's called. The closure part of it. And to go along with the, gemstone kind of background that this pouch has, I decided that I would make the tic-tac-toe pieces little gem pieces. So I debated playing around with the idea of using actual gemstones, like the little ones you can get from Dollar Tree or whatever, but I just didn't like how they would look. Like I kind of felt like it was kind of cheap looking, but I would have been fine with it if I didn't have time. So I think it would have been more fun if it was going to like a kid or something to use those gemstones. But I decided to do an actual image as my little pieces. My X and O's, if you will. So I decided to take one of my paper pads and cut out some of the crystal images that were included in that. Just some cutouts. And then I backed it on some gold paper, and it looks so good. But, of course, I've played around with the idea of buttons. You could even do, like, flower pieces. You could do, oh gosh, bottle caps. Like the bottle cap images. Or charms. Yeah, that's called. And there are so many different pieces that you could use as tic-tac-toe pieces that can really be, look for something in your stash and put it together. This is it could be a very last minute if you have those kinds of pieces. And if you don't have the bag, you could even sew one up if you need to, or you could even hot glue it. It doesn't need to be that durable. But I thought putting it in the pouch, it would be really fun because then you can add other little games, like, a little card pack, like Go Fish or whatever, or Uno. You could do like a little coloring book. So it could be just like a little traveling fun game kit or whatever. And it doesn't have to be so involved that it takes a long time. This is something that you can do in the matter of maybe an hour, depending on if you're making your bag, if you're making your pieces. If you already have the bag, and then you have buttons or something, this project is going to go so fast for you. And I really love those kinds of projects because then I can just add it to a stocking, or I can add it, you know, as a little extra thing that maybe I didn't have quite enough balance or something for a gift, so I just add that in there, and I know that they're going to love it and be able to use it, you know, maybe in the car if they travel a lot. I don't know. Oh, church. That would be fun. A little church activity. Put in a church bag. Um, just kind of any kind of, you know, fun little thing that they can pull out and play. And then also, it's something, depending on the size of your bag, you can add a whole bunch of other extra little things, which we're going to have a few more things that could be put in here. I'll show you guys how another project that'll be fun like that. But I found that I didn't even really need cardboard because my gold paper was thick enough that it didn't really need the extra stability. I don't know what word I was going for there, but I felt like adding the cardboard in between might have made it look a little messy. So I felt like, wow, you know, just 2 layers of paper, it's sturdy enough, it's, you know, it looks good. So sometimes it really is less is more, and I really like how this turned out. I did have the idea of making one up, like doing it from the start, making a bag for you, you know, sewing it, and then doing buttons as one. But I didn't have, I didn't have the right, I don't know what I'm looking for, what word, gosh, like, I have all of the pieces, I just don't have the mind to do it, if that makes sense. I think it's because I already have enough gifts for the one person, so I don't really need to make that extra gift, so that's why it's not happening. My brain's like, it doesn't need to happen, so it's not going to happen. Even though it would be fun to show you another version, but it's like, nope. Because you don't really need to see it anyway. It's kind of a very simple project that is very easy to kind of grasp and then make your own. So I think that that's what's going on in my brain. It's like, you don't have to show it. Like, plus you don't need it. So why are you going to make it, you know? But one thing I do recommend is when you do your ribbon pieces on the actual tic-tac-toe board, make sure to light them with a lighter just real quick, because you don't want that to be fraying because it's going to be getting a lot of use as the actual tic-tac-toe board. So make sure your ribbon is nice and sealed so it won't fray. And then another thing I did, which I didn't show, is I actually packaged up the little pieces in a clear bag and then put a nice little topper on it, just so they weren't kind of really loose in there when I gave the gift out. It's in a nice little package, and then they can pull it out and put it back in whenever they want to use it. And then if they decide to take the pieces out and put it in the actual bag, it works very nicely. But that is what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this tic-tac-toe set, and I hope you're having a crazy day. Good crazy, not bad crazy. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.